I'm Stevie Thomas with Ballin' Out Kennels. If you're a person who's never rabbit hunted with beagles, this video might be for you. There's a lot of people out there becoming more interested in rabbit hunting and rabbit hunting with beagles, but never have done it before. I get a lot of questions asking like, hey, how does it actually work? What do the beagles do? What do the rabbits do? And how can I get involved or get started in something like this? So this video is going to be hopefully pretty quick and pretty easy. We're going to keep it very basic. If you're getting started rabbit hunting with beagles, I think it's very important to understand the rabbit. So rabbits, obviously, only real defense mechanisms are to camouflage and to run. Some rabbits can fight each other, but they don't really have a lot of equipment to fend off predators. So most rabbits are likely hiding somewhere. A lot of us growing up and maybe have seen rabbits hiding under a bush, under some evergreens, under a pile of leaves, sticks, brush piles. This is really important, so you have to understand if you're rabbit hunting with beagles, where to find your rabbits. Rabbits are going to run in a circle or oval pattern. That's just how they're wired. That's just what they do. Now, sometimes it can be a very big circle, and also sometimes it can be a very small circle. It can be oval shaped. More times than not, they're going to run a circle. What is the role in the dogs? So the dogs pretty much are allowing you to know where that rabbit is running, where that rabbit has been, and possibly where that rabbit is going. Each time a rabbit runs, or pretty much any animal, they're leaving scent behind. The dogs are trained on the scent of that rabbit. So that's what they're tracking. I think one of the hardest things to teach somebody who's never rabbit hunted with beagles before is to not watch the dogs. So what does that do for you as a hunter? It allows you to really understand where to be. Once that rabbit gets flushed out of an area, more times than not, that's its home range. It's gonna want to get back to the area that it was found. So what the dogs are getting in there, they're searching in the brush piles, they're searching in the grass, they're finding the scent of that rabbit, and they're going to scare him out of its normal position. If you're trying to harvest a rabbit, the hardest thing to do is to pay attention to the dog, but not pay attention to the dog. The reason I say that is most times the rabbit will have a gap on the dog. A lot of times when I'm rabbit hunting with my dogs, I will not even shoot the rabbit on the first circle. And the reason I do that is because it allows me to figure out, okay, where does this rabbit want to be? Where is this rabbit trying to go? I just sit back and listen. And I make a mental note on where that rabbit went. As the dogs continue to go away from me, that's when I'll start making my move. You want to shrink down that circle. That's really the name of the game. Figuring out where that rabbit is running, what's his circle, what's his pattern, and shrinking down and cutting him off. One thing to consider with rabbit hunting with beagles is the safety of the dog. Keep in mind when rabbit hunting with beagles is to not shoot a dog. I know a lot of people often worry about shooting a dog. So you have these beagles, they're getting into all the small spaces that the rabbits like to hide. One thing I like to teach is we do not jump shoot rabbits. What I mean by jump shooting is a lot of times you're just walking through the timber or walking through an area that you're hunting and a rabbit will shoot out that you didn't even know was there. Sometimes you're so focused on that rabbit, you may have tunnel vision and the dog may see the same rabbit that you did. You go to draw up on that rabbit and the dog may shoot in front of it and then we have an accident. Be very conscious of where the dogs are. Again, something I teach, we do not jump shoot rabbits. We can always call the dogs over there, get them on the track, and we can have another chance at harvesting that rabbit. When we have the dogs with us, we can always call the dogs over there and get them on the scent of that rabbit and allow them to have some fun. Another thing to really think about is communication. Obviously, you're out there in the field. You want to be wearing blaze orange so you and your buddies can see each other, and that way no accidents can happen. But communication is key. Sometimes you get in some of that dense cover to where you really can't see your buddy or your partner. Calling out to them and making sure you're aware of where everyone is allows us not to have an accident out there in the field. We're on this earth a limited amount of time, so it's really important to enjoy the time that you can with the people you can. You really want to focus on is just having fun, making memories. I'm really huge on making memories with the people I hunt with or just hunt with my dogs. As a hunter, you really don't have to force any shots. The dogs allow you to get an extra opportunity at harvesting this rabbit. Sometimes it's better to pass up on a shot or instead of taking a bad one to allow yourself another opportunity down the road. When in doubt, just don't shoot. We have these dogs here to keep the rabbits running and give us a little bit more opportunities to get that rabbit. Safety is first and foremost. We never want to take a shot we don't feel comfortable with. Again, at the end of the day, we want to be able to take all our dogs home. And if we got some buddies with us, we want all of us to go home too. We can always find another rabbit, but it would be a pretty bad day if we have an accident out there. And I'm Stevie Thomas with Ballin' Out Kennels. Stay sharp, stay real, stay houndy.